everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Keeping things going, I noticed that I was almost out of YouTube videos. Today is Wednesday, trying to keep releasing one every Friday, so we got one right now, which is going to be about one of the biggest, most simple changes you can do to boost your fitness and overall health and wellness. And I say simple, but simple does not mean easy, but simple means simple. All right, just clearing that up. So what it is rest. Literally sleeping enough, not sleeping poorly where you watch TV to the moment right before you fall asleep, and then you can't fall asleep because you're stimulated from the blue light from your iPad, and then you have all these weird dreams because you're watching like a crazy action movie. Now you're being chased by monsters and you wake up exhausted. I mean actual quality sleep. 7 to 9 hours is, I believe, what the current recommendation is. That's what I typically aim for myself. Now, the reason I say this is simple but not easy, because life gets in the way. It's not easy necessarily, depending on your job, your life at home, maybe school, all these different factors can stop you from getting adequate sleep. But there are a lot of things in our control, more than we realize too. So if you're someone who loves video games, I love video games, and I also love, watching a good show here and there too, you gotta make decisions. What are you actually trying to prioritize? Is that extra game of Halo or Fortnite worth, losing the sleep that can make you wake up more rested in the morning? And the thing that rest gives you isn't just feeling better energetically and having more energy to go to the gym, which it does, but they've also done studies where people who were well rested versus people who did not have sufficient quality sleep, they gave them access to healthy food and quote unquote unhealthy food, higher calories, less nutrients, more sugar, that kind of thing. Those who had adequate sleep would choose the healthier foods. So those who had less sleep, guess what they chose? They chose the unhealthy foods. So it wasn't just availability. Some people are like, well, I'm too busy to eat healthy and that's why I don't. Well, chronic lack of proper rest is a reason we make poorer health decisions, because we have less willpower even when both options are available to us for free. We tend to choose the least healthy of the two if presented with both, if we're chronically tired. I see this a lot when I'm working on sets. So they have a lot of different food options at lunch. They have, vegan, vegetarian, whatever, chicken, turkey, fish. They just kind of, everyone has a different allergy or food preference, so they kind of make a bunch of everything. But they usually have 1 or 2 dessert options too. And I could even feel it in myself, and I see it in other people. Those who tend to be more chronically sleep deprived choose bigger portions and also choose the dessert options versus those who are well rested. Maybe it's day 1 for them of the work week versus day 5, and you're like, I don't care anymore. I'm grumpy. I'm tired. I'm eating dessert. Because sugar makes you feel better typically in the short term, which is why, we eat it and then we feel like crap later. So as I said, simple, but not easy. But there are things you can do to take more control of your ability to get quality sleep. Maybe setting on your phone an alarm 2 hours before bed. You don't use a screen anymore, which is ridiculous because we're like, well, I use a screen till the moment I fall asleep. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Well, there are studies saying that blue light can mess with some of our hormones that help us get prepared for going to sleep. So, not that you can't fall asleep right after watching a movie, or if you're really tired, even during a movie. But again, those studies, I don't have all the details of them, but I've heard them many times from experts and read papers and stuff about them. So that's something you could look up more on your own. So maybe turning off electric devices before bed. You could also try meditating before bed. You don't have to be a yoga master or something. Just literally like taking a moment to collect your thoughts, maybe for 15 minutes, and you just close your eyes and your brain will run rampant. At least mine does when I'm not practiced in it for a while. And just thoughts will like flood my brain. You may even feel anxious because so often we're not alone with our thoughts, which is why we always have music on, or we always are talking to someone, or we're always online. So we don't have to think by ourselves. But thinking by yourself is very, very healthy, and it allows you to have creative growth. A lot of people actually make a lot of good ideas and decisions when they have a moment to think clearly to themselves over a period of time. If they're angry or frustrated, they can kind of let it lapse and just focus on the moment. So it is a learned skill, but it is something that you can start, and it's free. You can do it on your own. There are meditation apps available too, I'm sure, on all the app stores or even on different YouTube channels. Maybe heck, I'll do a guided meditation video at some point, perhaps, if I remember my old yoga teacher training ways. So yeah, I just wanted to, again, reiterate the importance of getting enough sleep, 7 to 9 hours most of the time. Now, of course, some days that's just not possible, and that's okay. I get really early call times some days too, and I'm going to bed consistently between 10 and 11, getting up between 6:30 and 7, and then all of a sudden they're like 5 a.m. call time, and it's an hour and a half from my house, no traffic, so I have to leave early to make sure I'm there on time. All of a sudden, I'm not getting my normal sleep because I can't even fall asleep early enough if I want to always, because I'm not tired. I'm not used to that schedule, so I get it. But a couple days of that versus every single day of that, as much as you can control, can make a difference. And then you can also take naps as well. Don't undervalue the benefits of a high quality nap. It doesn't have to be for 5 hours if you only slept 4 hours per se, but getting a couple hours in when you can, 30 minutes here and there, power naps. I believe in the military, they call them like ranger naps as well. Power ranger naps too. Power ranger, go team. So that can help kind of fill the void to a degree. But, trying to get, our bodies are pretty cyclical. Like they like to stick, our circadian rhythm likes a schedule. And so when we deviate from that schedule, it can cause us to feel off the next day. And then again, we tend to not have enough energy to work out. We tend to not make healthy food decisions. We tend to get angry or frustrated easier. We're more stressed, more anxious. So, and even your immune system, I remember this from biology class in college. I forgot the exact percentage, but your white blood cell count and your immune system, like the level that it functions at, decreases a ridiculous number for like up to 48 hours after being chronically sleep deprived, just by half. So if you get 8 hours and you had like a night of 4 hours, it was down, I want to say it was like 30 or 40%. I mean, this was over a decade ago that I took this particular class, but it was something crazy that your immune system functions so much less optimally when you are sleep deprived. So that's another reason you don't like getting sick. Get more quality sleep more frequently. So yeah, that's something, again, I do. And it also helps you look younger. Your body repairs itself while you're sleeping. You recover from your workouts. You recover from the stress of the day, and you wake up feeling more refreshed. And a lot of it is, I think, cultural. We're told, get on the grind, you're only alive so often, sleep when you're dead. Well, you're going to die faster if you don't sleep while you're alive. I mean, I'm just saying that. And your quality of life will be less if you never get quality sleep as well. So yes, you can take caffeine and energy drinks and blah, 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 but it isn't really, it's not making up for the lack of sleep in your body. It's just delaying the inevitable crash. And that's not healthy to be on so much caffeine. I think the upper limit is between like 300 and 400 milligrams. And most energy drinks are between 200 and 300 milligrams. And a lot of people drink 2 to 3 of them in a day. So they are way above that limit that they should be drinking for no adverse effects. And some people are caffeine sensitive and can't even have that much caffeine. So again, it's not that I'm anti-caffeine. I have caffeine too. But if I have an energy drink, I usually split it between 2 days because I don't want that much caffeine in a day. Or if I'm really tired, I'll drink it throughout the day instead of all at once, because then you're just going to be tired once it crashes. And so I try to like milk it out throughout the day so I don't go for another one and then go past that caffeine limit. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. If you have questions in the comments, please write them below. But yes, sleep is super important. And it's one of the things that when I started prioritizing more, I saw way more optimal gains in and outside of the gym in my life, staying consistent, being disciplined. And it may take discipline and consistency to get that sleep, but if you get that checkbox marked off, you will feel so much better, I promise you. So do not undervalue sleep. Put away the video games or the TV a little bit earlier every night so you can get that sleep, wake up a little bit earlier. The early bird gets the worm, that whole thing. Honestly, it's kind of true. So not saying you have to wake up at the crack of dawn, but try to get that 7 to 9 hours as best you can. Catch you next time.